Afternoon, everybody. As you can see here in Georgia, wearing my skull caps because it's freezing at 81 degrees here. I am so excited for this presentation to hear what's coming from Pat and Francis and sharing their stories. Those that are from the Winter Sports Clinic, I am the team leader coordinator. In my day job, I'm a recreation therapist on a spinal cord injury unit, and I can't tell you what it means to us having mentors, being able to speak directly to those who are now traveling the roads that many of you have already traveled. So Pat Ward, I'm just going to do a brief introduction is the word I'm trying to say for him. Pat, I know from the Winter Sports Clinic for many years. I've watched him grow. He is from the Miami area, and you would not think a man from the Miami area would be able to know anything about going down slopes fast, but he has done it. He has overcome many things, and he will share part of that in his story. So this is Pat Ward. And also we have with us Francis Osorio Rivera. And again, really excited to hear her story. I did not mention that Patrick, sorry, let me go back to Patrick, is a Navy veteran, and Francis is a U.S. Army veteran. And they are here today to tell a little bit about their stories. Pat, I'm going to let you lead off.
Great. Well, thank you. And thank you for everything that you do for all disabled veterans. It's a great program. As you said, my name is Pat Ward. I'm a U.S. Navy disabled veteran. I was a doctor in the Navy, and I was doing exactly what I had always wanted to do. And I was doing it with the people I had always wanted to do it with. So everything had worked out as planned. Until one day things change, and in the blink of an eye, your life can change. And you wake up and the life that you had is no longer the life that you have. And it happens fast, and you try to put the pieces together. In my case, I went through 50 plus surgeries to put me back together, and the amputation of my right leg. As you're going along, and you always think that one surgery is going to take care of things in one surgery, and it didn't. With each subsequent surgery, I got weaker and weaker. I did luck out because Miami VA was very good to me, and my physical therapist there, Rafael Hernandez, at the time, he knew everything about prosthetics. I knew nothing, and in fact, when I got to him, there was nothing I wanted to learn. He pushes you, and he wants you to be the best that you can be. And at the time, I didn't really care to be the best of anything. But Rafael told me about Winter Sports Clinic, and he saw something in me worth saving, even if I didn't. Rafael said that if I could work hard, if I would do everything that he said, that he had faith in Teresa Parks, and he trusted her, and he trusted Winter Sports Clinic, and that they could help me. And he told me about Winter Sports, and I remember thinking at the time, it sounds like a made-for-TV movie where some guy gets, conned into going to some medical clinic far off in the mountains, never to be seen or heard from again. But I decided to go, and it was more than I could ever even put into words. I had gone to high school in Denver, Colorado, and just my senior year, and I had skied on Snowmass Mountain. So when the whole idea came up, and I was thinking, this would be a good chance to go and say goodbye to an area and a part of my life that I knew was gone for good. So I went to Winter Sports Clinic, and from the first day, from the first second, from the first minute I was there, I felt something I hadn't felt in a long time. And I felt excited. I felt like I belonged there. And, it's been a while. But you see people, you're exposed to people that are very much like yourself, or they have different issues, but we're all working in the same direction. The the people at Winter Sports, they knew me. They've seen everything. There's nothing I could probably present to them that they didn't know or didn't know how to handle. And that was encouraging, because every day when you're a disabled veteran or disabled any person traveling, doing anything, it's a challenge, and you've got to be up to that challenge. And Winter Sports Clinic was about helping you meet those challenges, to encourage you to go just beyond your comfort zone, not to push you out into the danger area, but to challenge yourself, to grow, and to do things that you might not have felt comfortable with. And so the first day when we got up to the mountain, up to the top of the mountain, and there I am, a new amputee, a former skier, and my two very capable, very nice, encouraging coaches, my ski instructors. And we get off the ski lift and we move over to the side to get out of the way. And I remember I stopped and I was looking over this mountain range, that I had seen so many times before. And it was just breathtaking. And it was just as breathtaking then. And I remember thinking, here I came to say goodbye to this mountain. And I felt like the mountain was saying hello to me. It was pretty great. So I went and I put my ski poles down, and I could hear one of the instructors say to the other, he's not going to do it. And I put my poles down. I kind of took a deep breath, and I looked up at the sky, and I said, Lord, if you strike me down right now, this is still the best day of my life. And it was. It still is to this day. But, the person that I left behind, when I was in high school, at that mountain, it knew me as I was strong and young, and I was confident. There was nothing I couldn't do, and I had all the time in the world to do it. Well, I wasn't any of those things anymore, but just being there and just feeling how alive and feeling how wonderful it is to just be outside and be outside yourself, get out of the house, turn off the TV and get out of the house, and just do things that you hadn't done. And there I was, and it was a welcome surprise. It was a big surprise for me. So Winter Sports Clinic, even though I had I had anxiety about it at first, Winter Sports Clinic has proved to me it is a disabled person's masterclass on living better. It is, I heard someone say that it's a vacation, and I would never use that word. It's I wouldn't call it a vacation. I would call it a family reunion without the drama. I learned a lot there, and I continue to learn a lot there. And you look around and you see other people that you can help. There is a time you reach in your life after everything we've been through, after 50 whatever surgeries. I owe a lot to people. They have done so much for me, and they got me through things when I couldn't do it myself. And I look at, with Winter Sports, I go there and I get recharged. I get my, my batteries recharged. I remember what I liked about myself, what I can do. And I reinstilled the idea that there's nothing I can't do, that if I set my mind to it, I want to do it. Winter Sports Clinic, if you've been there 1 year, if you've been there 5, there's always something you walk away with, or, you leave with that. You feel stronger, you feel better, you feel more capable, more, just more confident of yourself. And for me, that's always been the case. So I think one of the biggest things for me that Winter Sports Clinic has, helped me with is my confidence that I can do things, that I've always wanted to do, even if I didn't do them before. No door is closed. Winter Sports Clinic is about, it's about letting you see that veteran, well, first of all, Winter Sports Clinic believes that disabled is but a challenge, and they will meet that challenge and they will help you. And they see veteran is always a hero. And that was rewarding for me, because when you get to a point, sometimes when you're down and things have kind of added up and the burden seems heavy, you start to maybe, and I know that it was with myself and some other veterans, you see yourself as being less than what you are. You see yourself as less deserving or less good, or, and none of that's true. And Winter Sports Clinic helped bring that back out, and it did for me. I believe that in a lot of ways that there's nothing that I don't do today that I don't owe to Winter Sports Clinic and what they gave to me, because I learned several things, one of which is to like myself again. It had been a while, actually, it's been a long while. I learned that if I put my mind to it, if it's something that's passionate within my heart, I can do it. And there's ways to get around, like if it is an adaptive, as I always say, if it's an adaptive tool you need or adaptive sport equipment, find it. Find what you need to do to adapt to the situation, and then take on the challenge. You can get through it. You can do it. The only thing, the limit that you have is what you put on it. And that's been something that has paid back to me in spades. So I can honestly say that I am the man I am today. I thank Winter Sports Clinic for it, and I owe them so much. And right now, I am, and as you can see, I am traveling. I'm in a hotel room in Boston. And for this Florida boy, it's a little cold up here, but I've made it to the last finals to the U.S. Olympic rowing team. Now, to say something, this is something I'd always wanted to do. I had never done it my entire life, and I wanted to do it. And here was my opportunity. So I'm doing it, and I'm having a great time. I've done things along the way that since all the surgeries and since, leaving the Navy, I've done things that I never thought I would do, but I thought this is my chance. I'm not putting things off anymore. And again, it falls for me to confidence. And I got confidence from Winter Sports Clinic. I go back and I get, I get re-energized that I can do things, but I should also be helping other people do what they want to do. And so again, I thank Winter Sports Clinic, and I thank them for having faith in me. They've had faith in disabled veterans for 35 years. So I appreciate it.
Pat, that was awesome. Thank you for sharing that. And you're getting claps and accolades for what you have said. And yeah, we all love Teresa Parks.
Oh.
So thank you for sharing. I believe we have a video that we want to share with you skiing. So everybody watch this.
Hello, my name is Patrick Ward. I had 54 surgeries in all. When you've lost everything, it's a long, hard road back. As a disabled vet, I knew that if I had a chance of getting better, I'd have to turn off the TV, get up off the couch, and get out of the house. So when I heard that they were handing out miracles on a mountainside in Colorado, I said, count me in. I'm from South Florida, and that's just about the farthest thing there is from a Colorado ski resort. It's about having fun, about trying new things, and maybe pushing yourself a bit beyond your comfort level. It's about making new friends. It's impossible for me to adequately explain what the National Disabled Veterans Winter Sports Clinic has added to my life without showing some of the miracles that I found on a mountainside.
Okay, that was hardly fair.
Well, at least we made you cry after the session, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, yes. Yes. Thank you for doing that. I appreciate your kindness. Last thing I just wanted to say too is that when I made that video, and it's as true today as it was then, that you bring out the best in us and you let us see the person that we used to be, the one we used to like. And I want to say that Winter Sports Clinic, and this isn't a scam, Winter Sports Clinic is always with me. Teresa Parks, you are always with me. And no matter where I go and I travel, I always take, and it's not foolish, it's to remind me that there's a lot I haven't done yet, and there's a lot I can do. And so get out there and do it.
Nicely said. Nicely said. Thank you very much, Pat. I have some tears in my eyes as well. So thank you for that. So now I'd like to introduce Frances again. So we have a video for her. We're going to lead in with a video, and then Frances, as I mentioned, is a U.S. Army veteran, and she has what her story she wants to share.
Let's do it.
Frances from Miami doesn't let her injury get her down. Her motto, make what you can with what you have.
It is all in the head. Cannot let those bad days take over.
The Army veteran is strapping on a snowboard for only the second time, and her prosthetic leg makes the boot fit a bit more complicated.
Cool.
But her coach has her back.
With my veterans, I make sure that have a good fit.
Once on the mountain, the thrill seeker is right at home, pushing the limits right away.
Just want to go down the hill, keep on going, but
That's a little too fast.
She's hungry for the challenge and, oh yeah, a steeper hill.
of course it's scary. But I mean, that's life, you know? You gotta keep on trying new things and just explore.
Frances is determined to not let her injury define her. She sees this clinic as a pivotal step in moving forward with her life.
We all have our injuries, we all have our stories, and we are in a place where we can share it with everyone. The world is usually not like this, and coming to somewhere like this and see that there is a space where everyone is genuinely friendly, it makes me almost want to cry.
So Frances, another Miamian, here to tell us what you've gotten out of the Winter Sports Clinic.
So yeah, that still holds true to today. I look at that video and I tear up a little bit every time. So yeah, my name is Frances. I am down in South Florida, U.S. Army veteran. I was in the Army from 2009 to 2014, in which because of my leg amputation, I got medically discharged. I'm actually originally from Puerto Rico and moved up in Miami in 2015 and started getting treatment in Miami VA about 2 years later. And my coach, Rafael, which is also Pat's coach, is one of those that is very persistent into getting anyone that has a disability into doing outside activities. And he had to chase me down for about a good 2 years for me to like finally join in. You know, one, like you get so busy with life and with responsibilities and with work and with family and with everything, that just to think sometimes to just take time off to do something for yourself, to improve physically, mentally. You know, we try to just push that out of the way and not commit to it. And finally I did. And I never knew what was I getting myself into. I literally didn't. And the moment that I got to just to the airport and then to the clinic, you know, it was pretty incredible seeing so many people in between the trainers, volunteers, and the participants, being able to share with so many veterans in one place at the same time in a mountain. Me being an island girl from Puerto Rico and just being in Colorado and I don't know how many thousands of feet of altitude and, you know, in the middle of the snow, it's just like, wow, what am I doing here? What? And it's awe and inspiring, and it definitely leaves you without words. Just the whole process of it, the whole week in there, the people that you meet, the challenges that, you know, you're put into, because believe me, I wasn't really comfortable going down a hill mountain and falling on my butt 50,000 times, but did it. And I grew as a person, and I created more friends, and I challenged myself, and I just, everything around me just exponentially got bigger in every sense of the word, in every sense of the way. My physical constraints expanded. I even broke the prosthesis the last day going down the mountain, and I had to be in crutches for a good 20 something hours before getting back on the flight, but it was totally worth it. So everything got pushed and everything got challenged. And I guess that's part of it, you know, when for most of us, when we were in the military, we're put into challenges on a daily basis. And we had that sense of community and that sense of value and just to do something and do something bigger than ourselves. And when you go to an event like this, you feel that sense and it comes back to you, not only for the task that is given, but also the sense of community of, you know, talk to others, share with others, and everyone focusing into one goal, which is, you know, become better at something new, at multiple things, because there's other activities that, you know, at least down here in the South, we don't do ever. We don't have snow. But also, you know, just charge at the mountain and improve your mental health and come out of there with a better sense of what life should be, and realize that mental health is important and we should definitely put time in ourselves, not only physically, but mentally, and, you know, be there for one another. So it's been a little bit of a downer that, you know, for the second year, you know, thanks to the pandemic and for, you know, safety reasons, we cannot be up in the mountain, but I sure look forward to another year. I sure look forward to falling 500 times more down the mountain and to get together with people from all over that otherwise I would never meet, and that I, you know, I've become friends online and we see hi to each other, and we're you know, for the second year now missing each other because, you know, we can't be there, but it gives me something to look forward to. I come out there from that activity hurting. I come from out of that week and I need to sleep for another 2 days when I go back home. But I look forward to being part of that. It enhances something in me as a human, and it enhances my will to keep on doing and my will to keep on falling and getting up and going harder and harder each time. So if anyone hasn't done it, I really encourage them to do so. And if you have done it, just try again for next year and let's keep on charging at it.
Thank you very much, Francis. I have a question for you. So you said it was about 2 years after your rehabilitation that Raphael chased you down, and I know Raphael, so I know how persuasive he can be. What has the Winter Sports Clinic done as an extension of your rehabilitation?
Well, it definitely has helped out with everything that has to do with balance. You know, being an amputee, it just just doing simple steps can be very complicated sometimes, and losing balance. So it has put me in a better physical shape, and, you know, the whole falling down part, it makes it more comfortable when it happens. I lost my leg very recently, you know, like when I was a lot younger, in my 20s. So I had this hard drive to just charge everything very hard. And when I lost my leg, you know, it was a big mental constraint, just comparing everything that was and it's not anymore. And by being there with people that push you to get out of your comfort zone and go harder, it has made me realize that it doesn't matter if I'm missing a part of my leg, I can overcome that challenge and I can become better at something that I didn't used to do before. And seeing the improvement and seeing that I can become proficient at it, it definitely brings out a big smile and also a big mental like positiveness into like my self ego and my self being.
Yeah. I think that does it for all of us when we all get there. A lot of positivity that we get to be surrounded by, and how fortunate we are as VA staff and therapists and everyone who gets involved with it. What you guys gals do for us is amazing too. We have some questions. How do you prepare to attend the Winter Sports Clinic? And what do you love the most about the Winter Sports Clinic? What do you keep coming back to for what is your favorite memory of the Winter Sports Clinic? I'm going to let Francis answer this, and then I'll repeat that back to Patrick.
All right, so my favorite thing about it, just like it is like this incredibly amazing mini city of just selfless individuals that just want to be there for one another, and it creates this little micro world that I wish will be like that in our daily lives everywhere, because everyone is there for one another, and everyone just wants to see each other grow, and not only for the veterans but for the volunteers, the skiers, the therapists, like everyone that is part of this event. The energy in this place is just unbelievable, and it's so great to just be part of one another. It's just at another level. It definitely reflects just everything that is great about everyone that is there, and how everyone with the same mindset can just make everything perfect for each other. Sorry.
No, that's good. No, good. Tell me one thing that you do to prepare for the Winter Sports Clinic.
So I do board sports, and my job is to do kiteboarding. I do distribution and kiteboarding and such. So I do some balance with that type of sport, which helps with like board skills. But I did do a lot of elliptical, so I could get that forward balance. More doing like cross country, and in the event, there was part of one of the alternative sports that you could do when you were on your off days, and side elliptical too. So I could prepare of being like hours moving, with the hips left and right, and like working those obliques. So those two types of machines definitely helped out a lot to get ready to be in the mountain for 4 or 5 hours at a time for a week.
Yeah, that's important. Pat, I'm going to open the question up to you. What kind of things are you doing on the off season to get prepared? Your mic's off again. Sorry. Pat, your mic.
There you go. Wait, unmute.
Wait. Yeah.
There
Hello?
you go.
There you go.
Yeah. I'm active around the, all 12 months of the year, but to get ready for winter sports, I do a lot more of the things that would be high stress, exertion in high altitude. I do a lot of long swimming. I do aerobics. I do the erg machine, the rowing machine. I do the treadmill. And I think that the biggest thing that I get used to it too is like stretching and yoga and doing all the things to get yourself limbered up. And for me, that's the most difficult.
Good. And Pat, that was a good plug, because tonight we have yoga. So for those of you that are listening, yoga is going to be offered tonight.
I'll turn in.
All right. Pat, tell us how you got involved with rowing.
Well, again, and I say this with all honesty, when I left Winter Sports Clinic, whether it's the first year or the second year, and you start to feel like you can do things athletic again, I had always wanted to be a rower. In high school, I saw them practicing, and they were near where I lived. In college, I worked, but there wasn't time, but still I would go look at some of the regattas through the Navy and everything. So I had wanted to do it. I got exposed to winter rowing at Summer Sports Clinic. Now, this all goes back. I wouldn't have gone to Summer Sports Clinic had it not been for winter sports and the encouragement and everything they gave me. And so I was exposed to rowing at Summer Sports. And when I got back to Miami, the Miami VA had a connection with the local, one of the boathouses, and they have one of the best adaptive programs in the country. And it worked out that recreational therapist and the physical therapist at Miami VA, then worked with the people at the boathouse for Miami Boathouse to get things set for me. And so that was it. Once I was there, they had me. I was in it. So it's been great. It's been quite a adventure.
That's really great. Again, I can't thank you both enough. And I know
Here now,
he's-
people forget who I am. I just want to show you one last thing. It's not this to say hi to my friend John Andrew. It's not that, but it's this is what Winter Sports Clinic did for me. And when you ask what's the most important thing or what do you remember the most, this is it. It made me smile.
and I know that smile. I can see it. I can see it through all the garb that we have to don to get ready to go out there.
Hey, Pat, this is Teresa. I have one last question for you.
Yes.
So you're down there competing.
Yes.
What's left to do for you at this point to see if that happens for you guys?
I am, we're at the last leg. This is the finals for the Olympic team, the U.S. Olympic team, and I'm at the final of the finals. So right now we are practicing. We're rowing with some of the best coaches in the world on the Charles River here in Boston, which you would wonder why we leave sunny Florida to come to the Boston cold waters and there's ice on the boat. So we're doing that, got some great coaches really pushing there. And then in 2 more weeks, we are off to New Jersey. We're off to Princeton, where we're going to train there for another couple of weeks, leading right up into the finals in the Olympic trials. So everyone keep your fingers crossed. And I'm excited and I'm thrilled to be doing it. And I'm thankful, that I had such an opportunity. So I plan to do my best and hopefully I won't let anyone down.
Oh, not at all. It's amazing that you're where you're at today.
Yes.
But you did bring up if you'll take one more question.
Sure.
What is it like? What is it like for you personally to get to work with those types of coaches? In I'm guessing being really pushed and challenged. I don't know that, but I would love to kind of know what that's like for you.
Well, you're into the way you're sure 100%. Yes, they're pushing, they're challenging, they're qualified good. They've got experience. They're the best of the best. And initially, again, I come with a prosthetic leg. I'm, much older than many of the rowers, but in the Olympics, there is no age bracket. You're in the field. And it's been great for me because I set a challenge and with their help, I met that challenge and I've exceeded it. So it's been a dream of a lifetime, quite frankly, to be a rower and to be a rower on the doorstep of the Olympics it's sometimes a little surreal. I have to pinch myself to think, but it didn't just happen, didn't fall out of the sky. It's been 7 years, a lot of work and a lot of help from other people. So it's a dream of a lifetime, Teresa. And I'm glad you asked that question because I don't know if I could really express enough just how you follow your dreams, push. As an amputee, everyone's got dreams. My dreams don't have to be yours, but let's support each other and, fulfill your dreams.
Pat, you're getting lots of well wishes and good luck. Henry Bullock wishes you good luck. Matt wishes you good luck. Matt Lucas from Grand Junction. Rachel from Denver is saying that she had to look up what side elliptical was. So I have a feeling maybe some of her patients might be getting introduced to that in the near future. I don't know how much they'll like you then if Rachel makes them work out that hard, but she says, thanks for introducing that. Henry Bullock is saying this might need to be made into a movie. So
I agree. I can be Hollywood bound and anytime.
We're sending Frances with you.
Exactly.
Oh,
I was just going to say.
It's hard to be following or, to be interacting with Frances because she's prettier, she's younger, she's sweeter. So, no, we love her. And just one thing she mentioned, I'll just get done with it real quick. But, you talked about mental health and we all know that the stronger you are physically, the better chance you have of being stronger mentally. And it's a whole package. And that's how Winter Sports Clinic sees us. And that's where you get the best of us. So I thank you for that.
I thank both of you. The type of people that you are, I know that you're challenging your therapist back at home, because when you strive to do better, they strive to do better. And you make us as therapists realize that by the experiences that you guys get to have and do, we know that there's so much more. And I've been at this a long time. I've been working here longer than I think Francis is old. And so the changes that we have seen in technology is extraordinary. And so, thankful we have the technology to really put people back into positions where they can participate in a life that they want to lead.
And with the help with people like yourself. If we didn't have hope is what gives you courage, and opportunity is what gives you hope. And without the opportunity that you've given us, well, it's been a big help all the way around.
Teresa Park says, thank you both very much. You inspire us all. You make us all better. We love every veteran that comes to the Winter Sports Clinic. Matt Lucas says, Francis, you're awesome. Thank you for sharing your story. It has been a difficult 2 years, but hearing what you got out of the Winter Sports Clinic motivates me. So thank you.